Welcome to another broadcast of Lumberjack Sports right here on KOFE 1240 St. Mary's, your home for Lumberjack Sports all season long. We want to take a moment to thank our Lump Sports sponsors and hope that you will do the same. Without them, these broadcasts wouldn't be possible. Now, let's take it to the field where Tim Parrish have the pregame and the play-by-play. Go Lumberjack! Lumber be a second game after this one, and it'll be a more or less a JV broadcast, or a JV game, I should say, not a broadcast. We are only going to be covering the first game of the doubleheader today. So hopefully everything will go smoothly as far as the broadcast and everything is. We're a little bit scatterbrained as we get things going here. We got about 15 minutes until the start of the game as of now, and we've got lineups, we've got everything going on, ready to go. And then let's go ahead, though, and take a quick break as I get things hopefully a little bit better in order here. Quick word from our sponsors.
Show your spirit and unleash your school colors with a debit MasterCard from P1FCU. With our exclusive high school end designs, you can represent your school with pride. To join the P1FCU mascot, visit 1FCU.org to see all artists. P1FCU, a Pacific Northwest original since 1938. Insured by NCUA.
Kenny and the crew at 10th Street Superstop invite you into the biggest convenience store in town. 10th Street Superstop is your one-stop. 10th Street Superstop has something, whether you're headed to a Lumberjack game or out into the woods, 10th Street, anything you may need. 10th Street Superstop on North 10th Street in St. Mary's. Brent's Electric is a family-owned and operated business right here in St. Mary's. With 36 years of electrical experience, Brent's Electric has been serving all of North Idaho since 1996. From new construction to renovation, Brent's Electric can help. Give the 55725. That's 208-245-5725. Brent's Electric. St. Mary's.
Do you have a hazardous tree on your property? You need some trees or brush removed in preparation for a home or shop? You need to call Andy's Arbor and Site Clearing. Andy's Arbor and Site Clearings is in the removal of dangerous trees. 134. That's 208-582-2134 and Site Clearing.
And we are back. Tim Parrish here at the St. Mary's American Legion baseball field as we're getting ready for some Lumberjack action. And we have the Orofino Maniacs here visiting the 2A Central Idaho League opponent of St. Mary's. And this first game will be a league matchup. Second game will be a JV game. So we are going to be broadcasting the first game, and then we will not be broadcasting the second game. The Orofino Maniacs, according to Max Preps, come into this with a 10-4 record. The St. Mary's Lumberjacks having a off year as they are a young squad. They come into this game with a 3-8 overall record. They are 0-4 in league play, and looking maybe to try to get a league win here today against a pretty good Orofino Maniac team. I don't remember what the final scores were when St. Mary's played Orofino in Orofino. I know one of them was, I think, 5-2. They were fairly close games. And this, I'm hoping for a pretty close game here. This F teams are 2-3 in league. St. Mary's is number 3. And the Maniac sitting in the number 2 spot. The Grangeville Bulldogs are up at the top spot. Grangeville, usually a pretty strong baseball team, and they prove true to that again tonight. This year, Lumberjack girls are playing today. They are hosting Kamei, and the Lumberjack girls having a great season, undefeated in league play. Their only losses that they have is 2 losses to the Timberlake Tigers, who are Timberlake, of course, a 3A school, and they are playing very well this year, as is Max. They have a great pitcher under Tacey Watkins, so it's a good season going on for the Lumberjack girls. We're going to take another break, and we'll be back.
The St. Mary's Lumberjack Booster Club is asking for your help. The Booster Club continues to provide needed sports equipment for the St. Mary's High School sports programs, but what they have planned next is big. The Booster Club is in the process of building a new sports complex on land next to the high school parking lot. This new sports complex will include a baseball field, softball field, and soccer field. The fields will be built according to professionally engineered plans and will be ADA compliant, so all Lumberjack fans can enjoy the games. The Booster Club thanks the community for their support throughout the years. With your support, Phase 1 will begin this summer. If you are interested in donating to the Sports Complex project, contact Donnie Masterson at 208-568-0288 for details. Let's all come together and get this new complex built for the student body and the community.
Archie's IGA is not only a proud supporter of Lumberjack sports, but a proud supporter of the St. Mary's community and shopping locally. When you shop local, you help businesses support other local businesses, as well as helping your local businesses to provide jobs. Did you know that local business taxes help maintain communities and counties by fixing roads and maintaining recreational facilities? Local business owners invest in the community and have a vested interest in the future of our community. So won't you help Archie's IGA by supporting your local businesses and shop locally? Oh yeah, and let's not forget those lumberjacks.
This is what matters. This is beyond X's and O's. This is the difference mutual respect makes. This is what character looks like. This is what defines us in Idaho. This is sportsmanship. School sports, it's not the outcome that matters most, but the way the games are played. This message presented by the Idaho High School Activities Association and the Idaho Athletic Administrators Association.
When was the last time you had great Mexican food? I mean really great. Has it been a while? Well, grab the kids and head to Casa de Oro for dinner tonight. Casa de Oro has fantastic burritos, tacos, and chimmies, not to mention fajita and shrimp dishes. Little Johnny doesn't like Mexican food? Well, don't worry. Casa de Oro also has an American menu as well. Dinner and lunch a la fresca. Great service and margaritas with a kick. Casa de Oro, it's what's happening for dinner tonight. Casa de Oro on Golf Course Drive in St. Mary's.
And we are back. Tim Parrish here at the St. Mary's American Legion ball field as a gorgeous day for some baseball action. It is a bit cloudy, a little bit of a breeze, and cool weather, but it is actually not bad weather at all for some baseball action here today. Like I said, the softball teams, they are playing Kamei today here in St. Mary's, down at the softball fields, and the Lumberjacks playing here, the boys here at the St. Mary's American Legion field. Take a quick look at the outfield for St. Mary's. They're going to be starting with freshman Wyatt Holmes on the mound, and Wyatt Holmes is young, but he has showed some potential on the pitching side of things for St. Mary's. He has an earned run average on the season of 3.71. And he has had a pretty good season so far. That's not bad at all. Lumberjacks are taking their innie-outie on the infield as we speak. Behind home plate will be Cade Crawford over at first base. It'll master. Over at Ford is a senior, as is Tanner McMaster. Dylan Holder, a sophomore at second base. Trace Wick, a sophomore at shortstop. And sophomore Jared Badgett in left field. Gabe Thomas, a junior, in center. And it's Sean Hunter, a junior, in right field for the St. Mary's Lumberjacks. The batting order for the Orofino Maniacs, it is leading off Braden Turcott. He is playing shortstop for Orofino. Joe Sperano is the center fielder. He'll be playing or batting number 2. Batting number 3 is Rylan Larson, the left fielder. Dash Barlow batting in the 4th slot. He's the first baseman. Silas Naranjo, the center or the catcher, is batting number 5. Nick Drobish in the number 6 slot. He's the right fielder. And Christopher, he is pitching. In the number 8 slot, it's Easton Schneider. He's the second baseman. And Stephen Bradbury in the number 9 slot. He is the third baseman. Taking a look at some stats, Braden Turcott has a batting average of .436 on the season. Pretty good. 17 hits, 8 RBIs. He has a couple of, about 3 triples and a double in his season so far. Joe Sperano is batting .179. And in that number 3 slot, Larson is batting .308 for the Maniacs. As a team, Orofino's batting .248. The Lumberjacks are batting .299 as a team, so just a slightly better batting average by the Lumberjacks on the season. And I'm not sure if I have the fielding stats for St. Mary's. I don't think I did print them off. The old fielding stats I did have for the Lumberjacks, they were .855. That was before the Priest River game, and then they also had another game after that I don't have the stats for. So that is just a quick look at the stats that I do have for the Orofino Maniacs. That is a quick look at the teams. Let's take another quick break, and we'll be back with possibly the first pitch.
Tax time is here again. I know, it's not your favorite. But at H&R Block, tax time is our favorite time of year. It's when our tax pros get to do what they love the most, help people. By getting to know you, they can make sure your return gets done right. It's not just about numbers, boxes, and forms. It's about personal care, so you get every credit and deduction you deserve. And with an average of 10 years experience, our tax pros get your taxes done right. Just one of the many ways Block has your back.
It's time to reimagine your off-road experience because Yamaha has reimagined the side-by-side. Experience extreme adventure with the all-new 2021 Wolverine R-Max 1000 featuring an all-new 999cc parallel twin engine. Power packed for maximum comfort and versatility, the R-Max 1000 features fully integrated accessories including Yamaha Adventure Pro navigation system and much more. See for yourself at St. Mary's San Cycle, then get out there and realize your adventure with Yamaha.
You always hear on the radio, cross the bridge to savings. But it's true. St. Mary's Harvest Foods has what you need when you need it. And if you don't see it, then just ask one of the friendly staff and they will gladly help you find what you need. From meat, super fresh produce, and dairy, St. Mary's Harvest Foods will save you big on the things you need the most. No time to cook tonight? Then check out the Hot Deli for something quick for dinner. St. Mary's Harvest Foods, where you truly can cross the bridge to savings.
Is your rig's check engine light on? Idling a little rough? Time for an oil change. Maybe you need tires. Stop by Jim's Auto Repair and Tire Pros. Jim's Auto Repair can take care of your automotive needs fast. If you have a dead battery, Jim's Auto Repair and Tire Pros can set you up with a great AC Delco battery. Did we mention tires? Jim's Auto Repair is an authorized Tire Pros dealer and can get you a great deal on tires for your rig. Locations in St. Mary's and Plummer. Jim's Auto and 95 Tires. Give them a call, 208-686-0425, 208-686-0425, or stop by today.
And we are back. Tim Parrish here at the American Legion ball fields. The Orofino Maniacs doing a quick innie-outie out there as they get ready to get things going. Game time is set for 2 o'clock, and we are just about there. I'm sure there will just be a little bit of an infield warm-up before they get the inning started. Upcoming schedule for next week, we're going to see on Monday golf. The boys will be at boys and girls golf teams will be at Lakeside, Circling Raven Golf Course. Monday, the JV boys baseball team will be hosting Coeur d'Alene High School freshman team here at the Legion Fields. That game is scheduled for, it looks like, 4 p.m. Then on Tuesday, baseball, boys at Sandpoint for a doubleheader at 3 o'clock. Tuesday, the track team will be at Wallace at 3 o'clock. Softball on Wednesday, they will be at Moscow for a doubleheader starting at 2. We're going to try to make it up to that game. Wednesday, softball JV girls will be at Post Falls JV at 4 o'clock. Thursday, the golf will be hosting at St. Mary's for the open duels. That's for JV. Then the boys will be, for baseball, will be at Moscow on Thursday at 4 o'clock for a single. Golf will be at the boys and girls varsity will be hosting for golf on Friday. That begins at 11 a.m. And Friday, track, boys and girls at Timberlake. Saturday, boys and girls baseball, softball doubleheaders against Grangeville here in St. Mary's. We will be broadcasting the boys' games here at the American Legion ball field. So that is the upcoming schedule. We want to congratulate the Lumberjack girls as well, as they are the league champions for the 2A Central Idaho League. They will be hosting the district tournament, and I'm not sure when that is going to be. The league for softball includes St. Mary's, Grangeville, Orofino, and Kamei. So 4 teams in that league. So district tournament action will be here in St. Mary's for girls softball action. Umpires have made it here. The coaches are headed over to home plate to go over their ground rules for the game, of course. Go over some quick things, get their lineups turned into the umpires. And then we will be getting set to get things rolling here. We're going to go ahead and step away for another quick break.
Hughes Ace Hardware wants to invite you to come in and take a look. Hughes isn't just about hardware. Whether you need dish soap and sponges to clean up after your husband's guys' night or storage solutions for your wife's shopping addiction, you can find it at Hughes. Come see the difference. Everything you need, from a blow dryer to replace the one your toddler dropped in the toilet to a bathroom scale to help your hubby stay on his fitness goal. Hughes Ace Hardware, the place to get the products you need and the help you want all the time, every time. Jack Buell Trucking knows that there are few things as important as wise use of our natural resources. And by utilizing the chips in the manufacturing of lumber, that is exactly what is accomplished. If you look beyond the wood chips, you see an entire community of schools, churches, and businesses. And most importantly, people. Jack Buell believes in responsible harvesting of our natural resources. After all, when you take a close look, those aren't just chips. They're an entire community. Jack Buell Trucking.
It's been a trying year for parents. They've been confronted with countless challenges and have always risen to the occasion. If it isn't too much to ask, the 50,000 high school student athletes in Idaho have one last request.
Please, set an example.
Disorderly fan conduct at high school athletic events is on the rise. It increasingly involves parents. There's no question that parents are passionate. There's no question they care about their children. But at a time when we're all wound a little more tightly than usual, it's worth remembering this about Idaho high school sports. Always be a good example. Stop unruly fan behavior before it starts.
This message presented by the Idaho High School Activities Association and the Idaho Athletic Administrators Association.
And we are back as we prepare for the opening pitch here. Wyatt Holmes up on the mound, getting a little bit of groundskeeping done as he's getting his spot all hashed out. And we got Cade Crawford behind the home plate dish, and he is taking the warm-up pitches from Holmes. As we've mentioned a few times through the season, the games that we have broadcast, it's a young baseball team for the Lumberjacks. They have like 7 freshmen on their roster a handful of seniors, 3 or 4 of those, and quite a few sophomores and a couple of juniors. And the struggles for the Lumberjacks this year has mostly been between their pitching and between their fielding, their defensive side of things. Batting has not been too bad for them. It's a little bit low on the low side, but they have some pretty good games here and there. But really the young pitching that we've got and the young outfield that just still learning some of the stuff about high school baseball coming along. And, it's really, some people might say, well, we've got a young team, but you're going to end up with a pretty good team by the time they get to their next couple of years. So we could end up with a fairly solid team as we get things going through. Got some very pretty decent-looking young pitchers. Several of them are freshmen, Wyatt Holmes being one of those freshmen, up on the mound for St. Mary's, and he's going to be facing off against Braden Turcott in the first at-bat. Turcott, a lefty for the Maniacs, and batting .436 on the season. And that first pitch is going to be a strike one. I didn't see if it was a called strike or if he swung, because I was getting things corrected down on my scoring tablet. Next pitch on the way. That one is going to be on the ground, out to Brock Anderson, who fields it cleanly and gets out. So it was Anderson to McMaster for the out. That pitch was outside, I believe, for ball one. Next batter is Joe Sperano, batting .179 on the season for the Maniacs. 5 hits and 5 RBIs for him. He's got 12 runs. I missed what the next pitch was. It may have been a ball as well. Next pitch on the way. That one's over the head of Sperano. I believe that is ball 3. 3 balls, no strikes to Sperano. 1 out for the Maniacs. On deck is going to be Larson, Ryland Larson. 3-0 pitch on the way, right down the middle, and that one's going to be a called strike as Sperano is taking that pitch. 3-1 the count to Sperano. Holmes, this windup and the pitch, and that will be inside. I don't think it hit him, but it is going to be a walk. And that'll be a runner on for the Maniacs with 1 down. That'll bring up Ryland Larson, batting in that number 3 slot, batting .308 on the season. 15 runs on 12 hits, 17 RBIs for Larson. On deck will be Dash Barlow, the first baseman. Holmes takes a look over to first base, now sets up on the rubber. The stretch, the pitch, and that one paints the outside corner, strike 1. Larson looking down to his coach, getting some signals. Now he steps back in, ready to go. Next pitch is on, and it's going to be down low for ball 1. And the ball gets through the legs of Crawford, and the runner was stealing. He is safe over to second base as Sperano steals over to second. 1 ball, 1 strike to Larson. Holmes gets a signal, says yes to the one from Crawford. 1 ball, 1 strike, takes a look over to second base as Sperano takes his lead. That pitch on the way, and that one misses maybe a little bit high, ball 2. 2 balls, 1 strike to Larson. Holmes gets a signal, checks second. The pitch on the way. That one's going to be on the side corner. Gets a swing and a miss for strike number 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes now to Larson. So again, Sperano gets a lead on second base. Holmes gets his signals from Crawford. Takes a look to second. Now sets back up. The stretch, the pitch on the way. That one's going to be outside. That's 3 balls, 2 strikes as the count is full to Larson now. 1 out for the Maniacs here in the top of the first inning. Runner on for the Maniacs over at second base. Larson with a full count. The pitch on the way, and that is going to be hit out left field, and that is Jared Badgett, seeing if he can find the ball and makes the catch for the out. And that is going to be 2 outs now. And the runner is held up at second base. That'll bring up batting number 4. That's Dash Barlow, another lefty. Barlow has 0 batting average. First pitch is going to be a called strike 1. Remember listening to one of the broadcasts from KLER up in Orofino, and Dash is a pretty good ball player, sounds like. They try a pickoff out to first base, or out to second base, and it is not there in time. Sobrano's back in time. Takes his lead off. Holmes takes a look to second, now checks it again. The pitch on the way. That is hit out into center field. And coming over to make the catch on it is Gabe Thomas, and Lumberjacks have 4 up and 3, but they get their 3 outs. Let's see here. It is no runs, no hits, no errors, and 1 left on base after the top of the first inning. It'll be leading off for Lumberjacks, Trace Wicks, when we come back.
At Good Neighbor Pharmacy, we're committed to being your good neighbor.
Good Neighbor Pharmacy is an independent network of over 3,000 pharmacies throughout the United States, giving us the buying power to compete with the chain stores.
We'll fill your prescription quickly and safely, and your sub-pharmacy.
Your copays are the same wherever you go. Why not come and visit your locally owned pharmacy professionals?
Jack's Pharmacy is your Good Neighbor Pharmacy here in St. Mary's. Come in and say hi. Jack's Pharmacy.
Everyone knows that the timber industry is a huge part of our community. Working in the timber industry requires big equipment. Big equipment requires a special mechanic or custom machined items to repair. Jake's Machine and Repair in St. Mary's is your very own full-service, large equipment diesel mechanic that not only has a full-size shop, but also has a service truck that can come straight to you when you break down in the woods. If you're in need of big truck or big equipment repair, stop by Jake's Machine and Repair at 106 Homer Drive in St. Mary's or call 208-596-8819. 208-596-8819. Jake's Machine and Repair in St. Mary's.
And we are back. Tim Parrish here at St. Mary's American Legion Ball Fields, and we have on the mound for the Orofino Maniacs, Jaron Christopherson. And he has an earned run average of 2.33. As a team, the Maniacs 4.69. Innings pitched 21, earned runs 7, 17 walks, 19 strikeouts, and 103 batters faced. He has not had any doubles or triples hit against him, so he's had a pretty solid year at the mound so far for the Maniacs. It'll be Trace Wicks leading off for St. Mary's. On deck, Cade Crawford in the hole, Wyatt Holmes. And Trace Wicks batting .414 on the season, 17 runs, 12 hits, 4 RBIs, 1 double. And he's got 14 walks and 12 strikeouts. And he's been hit by pitch twice. So Trace Wicks leads off for St. Mary's. He's a sophomore. Christopherson looks in, gets his signals from Silas Naranjo, who's behind the home plate dish. I'll get you the outfield here in a minute. First pitch is going to be a called strike 1. First base is Dash Barlow. Second base is Easton Schneider. Third base is Stephen Bradbury. Shortstop, Braden Turcott. Christopherson looks in, gets his signals. Next pitch on the way. That was a nice-looking pitch. Just started off nice and high and drops down over the plate. Strike 2. We got a little bit of timeout called over there by the umpire out in the field. Coach has gone out and talked to him for Orofino. I'm not sure what exactly is happening. Still not exactly sure. Now the umpire is going to have a quick talk. And the coach for Maniac is going to go out. I'm not sure if the pitcher was doing something not quite right. I think that must be what it is. And he's letting him know what he's doing wrong. And as we slow things down here, we got a 2-strike count to Trace Wicks. So everybody heads back to their spots. Okay, they got things worked out. We've got Coach Teft, of course, over at third base with his signals, and Coach Matt Smith over down at first base doing the first base coach duties. 2 strikes to Trace Wicks. Next pitch. Oh, and that's going to tag him in the side, and that'll send Wicks down to first base by a hit by pitch. That'll bring up Cade Crawford for the Lumberjacks. Cade Crawford batting, let's see, where's he at here? .394 on the season, 13 hits, 8 RBIs, 3 doubles for him. Wicks takes his lead off on first. First pitch to Crawford from Christofferson is a strike. 0-1 count to Crawford. On deck will be Wyatt Holmes for St. Mary's. Christofferson takes a look to first. The pitch on the way. It's inside for ball 1. I thought the steal was on, but Wicks holds over there on the first base line, so he's still sitting at first. 1 ball, 1 strike to Crawford. Christofferson looks in, gets his signals from Naranjo behind home plate. The stretch, the pitch, and that's going to be a little ground ball chopped down to the third baseman, and we're going to get an error on Bradbury as he couldn't quite field that cleanly, and that's going to leave everybody safe on the bags. So Wicks at second, Crawford at first, no outs. That'll bring up Wyatt Holmes for the Lumberjacks. Wyatt Holmes, a freshman. And the pitcher for St. Mary's, he bats .222 on the season, 4 hits, 1 RBI. First pitch is going to be outside corner, strike 1. Wyatt has walked 10 times, struck out 6 times, and he's been hit by pitch 3 times. Runners take their leads, and he's going to hit a ground ball that gets just past the outreach hands of the pitcher, and he's not going to beat the throw out. They get the double play at first base. Wicks is safe to third. First pitch to Tanner McMaster is a ball. Tanner McMaster, lefty for the Lumberjacks, up with 2 down. And he's going to hit a ground ball. It's going to be under the third base. The second baseman gets right between his legs and Schneider. And McMaster safe at first with the RBI. And I'm going to leave it as a single because that's second baseman did not touch that ball. And it is an RBI single for McMaster. That'll bring up Gabe Thomas for the Lumberjacks. On deck is Sean Hunter. Same 1 run across. All 1. Thomas batting .520 on the season, 10 runs, 13 hits, 9 RBIs, 2 doubles. He's the top batter as far as stats go. We are, as that is considered. Next pitch is going to be a foul ball. For strike one. 1 ball and 1 strike, I do believe, is the count for Thomas. Next pitch, and he's going to take a little halving swing at it, and it's going to just be foul. 1 ball, 2 strikes now. If it would have stayed fair, it would have been almost like a bunt. 1, 2 strikes to Thomas, 2 outs, 1 run across for the Lumberjacks. Tanner McMaster sitting at first base. The outfield for the Maniacs is in left. It's Rylan Larson. Center field. It is Nick Drobish, and that's going to get him looking strike. Strike 3, and that will return.
You actually see them. Kenneth Bechtel Trucking is one of these. Kenneth Bechtel Trucking has been a fixture in St. Mary's for decades and still is a community-involved business. Take the time to thank these entrepreneurs that quietly make it on their own and make our community all the better for it. Kenneth Bechtel Trucking. Give them a call today at 245-7209. Kenneth Bechtel Trucking, a community stable and lumberjack supporter. Good luck, Jacks.
Tim Parrish here at the American Legion ball fields as we are going into the top of the second inning. The Lumberjacks with a 1-0 lead over the Orofino Maniacs. Silas Naranjo leading off now for the Maniacs, and he has a batting average of .257 on the season. 14 runs, 9 hits, 9 RBIs. First pitch is going to be a strike 1. Holmes gets his signal. Pitch on the way. That one's going to be outside. One ball, 1 strike. Next pitch on the way. That one is up high as he loses control of that one a little bit. 2 balls and a strike to Naranjo. Holmes, the stretch, the pitch on the way, and a ground ball out to the shortstop. Trace Wicks fields it cleanly, tries to get the long throw, and it's going to be just over the head of McMaster, and it's going to be safe on the error. Dylan Holder left that one just a little bit high as the ball went right over the head of McMaster. McMaster was on the close to the bag there. Naranjo running into him, and he is still down. And hopefully he is okay. We'll step away for a second.
Afraid to touch that breaker box? Need some rewiring done? Call the professionals at M&S Electric. With nearly 40 years experience, there's no job too big or too small. From industrial and commercial to residential and service work, M&S Electric isn't afraid. Serving Benoit, Shoshone, Kootenai, and Latah counties, M&S Electric has you covered. Overhead work? M&S can do that too with their bucket truck. M&S Electric, 408 Main Avenue, St. Mary's. Give them a call, 208-245-3890. No job too big, no job too small. We do them all. M&S Electric.
And we are back, and they get a runner in there for Silas. Hopefully he is okay. They got him up, and he got a little bit of assistance over to the dugout. And I don't have number 28 in my lineup for Orofino. So I'm just going to leave. I think it is. I can't hardly see it on the lineup card I got from Orofino. it didn't really transfer over very well. So I'm not sure who number 28 is, but he is the one out there now. And Nick Drobish takes a swing at the first one, and it's going to be an error or not an error. It's going to be I'm going to give him a single. This was a hard hit grounder that took a hop, and Dylan Holder could not quite field it cleanly. So we got runners on first and second now with no outs for Orofino. Orofino has the tying run at second base. Holmes takes a pitch into Christofferson. He pops it up foul, and it's going to be caught by McMaster for the out and foul territory. So that's one down. Runners still at first and second for Orofino. That brings up Easton Schneider for the Maniacs. Batting 143 on the season. He is a sophomore. First pitch, is going to be a hit by pitch. And that'll load the bases as they took that one in the helmet. That'll bring up Stephen Bradbury for the Maniacs. Bradbury, a junior, 200 on the season. On deck, it's number 1, Turcotte, as he is the leadoff batter for the Maniacs. First pitch, outside corner, and that's a strike one. The stretch, the pitch. That's going to be a swing. It's a foul ball as he got just a piece of it. Strike. 0-2 count to Bradbury. Top of the order on deck for the Maniacs. Holmes next pitch on the way and gets him to swing right at that one for strike 3. So 2 days. Stretch the pitch him to swing strike 1. Oh, 1 count to Turcotte. Bases loaded. Next pitch on the way. Gets him to swing at another one. Strike 2. That ball dropped off at the end, right over the plate, and he swung right over the top of it. 0-2 the count to Turcotte. Lumberjacks facing bases loaded. See if they can get out of that jam. Next pitch. Here one's a outside pitch and high. Ball 1. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Turcotte. Hey, that one's going to be low and inside. That's 2 balls, 2 strikes now. Two count. Holmes. The stretch. The pitch. Gets him to swing. That's hit out into right field. Sean Hunter is out there. And Hunter's going to bobble the catch. 2 runs come across. The third one's going to try. And they are going to get 3 runs on that error. So 3 runs come across. With 2 outs. That pitch is going to be fouled off for strike 1. I'm not sure what the count is at the moment. I have to wait and see what that might be. 1-1. As it's Sperano who walked his first at bat. That's a ball. And Turcotte comes on home on a passed ball. 2 balls, 1 strike to Sperano. Next pitch on the way. That one's going to be down low for ball 3. Next pitch, that's going to be swung on and fouled off for strike 2. 3 balls, 2 strikes to Sperano. On deck is Larson. Nobody on now for the Maniacs. 4 runs in. 3 runs came in on an error out in right field, and the next run was on a passed ball. That one's going to be over the head, and ball 4. So runner on at first once again. Sperano down there. Ryland Larson, he flew out his first at bat to left field, and he is stepping up for another chance. 4 runs across here in the top of the second.